Good morning, and happy Sunday. Um, got another message coming through that I'd love to share with you all. And this one is around the parents and children of pain. So, I have had chronic pain for upwards of 10 years, and then some very spicy episodes of acute pain. So I like to offer my lived experience and some of the wisdom that I've gained around that in my life. And at the moment, I've got a bit of chronic pain from one of those phantom, like, is it an injury? Is that just what I'm like now? Like, did I, sleep on it funny? Like, no one knows, it just hurts. And I think as a lot of us get older, there's a lot of those pains that are like, no idea, it just canes, like, this hurts real bad. And in my journey, I've had a lot of things like that, and everything from sports injuries to metabolic problems, different autoimmune illnesses, like a real racket of health issues. And a way that I've developed around this, which I'm very excited to share with everyone, I think just as, offering this, offering myself and my experience to people who are hurting, is something that I've started to call pain whispering. And it's, I think, mindfulness, it's metaphysical, it's just a, could well be a tism. It's just one of those weird things that I do that seems to really help. And the injury that I have with my wrist at the moment, it's my left wrist, so femininity, divine feminine, things around that are demanding, crying out for healing and attention and affection and understanding. Of course, in my belief system, I think that those energy centers and sides of the body, aspects of the body, really call to what needs healing in the individual and the collective. So if that's not aligned with your belief system, you can tune out now, that's cool. But if you think like, yeah, that tracks, then by all means, I'd love to share. So the pain whispering process I did this morning was very insightful, and they always are. It's a kind of divination. It's a kind of somatic healing. It's a weird magical thing that I enjoy. And so what I did was, it's hurting. It's really hurting, and hurts when, like, I was just turning the doorknob on my front door and it hurt. There's, that aspect of ulnar. It's along the ulnar, like the outside kind of bone of the forearm. It's really hurting him with the wrist. I could kind of feel into the pain during movement, and even just ways that I could listen to the pain. So a lot what physios do, like, does it hurt more or less when you do this? Does it hurt at this point? But at all of those junctures, I'm sincerely asking the pain to help me to understand. And that's quite empowering, like taking a back seat, understanding, I guess, some of the amazing neuroscience that's coming out and all the cool stuff. But anyway, as I'm talking with my wrist, having a very honest conversation with the part of me that hurts, I thought to myself, well, what do I want to say to this pain? And it was very critical, very punitive, quite paternalistic, like, why don't you just hurry up and heal already? you're an inconvenience, you're annoying me, you're dragging me down, like you're stopping me from doing things that I used to be able to do. You're taking way too long to heal. You're just, you know, what's your deal? What's your problem? And like, I don't have time for this. I don't have space for this. Like, this is, and I realized that my own attitudes towards my body and towards my pain, therefore, because as Laura Mosley maintains, pain is just a signal from the brain to keep you safe. So, as I'm saying all of these things to my poor wrist that just hurts, I kind of realized a lot of our mind space is parental, and especially as a lot of us in the healing space are reparenting ourselves. It's interesting to pick up on that. And so I also realized quite profoundly that pain is perfectly innocent. Pain is impartial. Pain has no filter. Pain is self-preserving but body-preserving. So the pain is protective of something greater than itself, and it's a really interesting thing. I feel like pain is very much like a child, and that the pains that we have require the care and attention and attunement and heart-centered love and care that we're all too often not willing to give it, and not equipped or educated or initiated enough to just love what hurts inside us. So yeah, that was a really powerful insight for me, and I really wanted to share that with all of you, especially as, when I turn towards recognizing the parental and the parent and the child of that interaction of myself with my pain. I leaned in and I went, okay, can really see what's creating more pain around that. And if I were to turn to that, all of the sensations of the pain, the duration of the injury, the everything associated with that in my life, what would be the loving, kind, heart-centered thing to respond to this pain with? And that was also very empowering and beautiful, which was, oh, honey, I love you. And this was also speaking to a deeper part of myself that was very hurt. And it's actually come up in some of my relationships recently, and it's reflective of a lot of my childhood experience and my first experiences of complex and severe mental illness in my teens. And I just sat all of me down and this very hurting part of me down, and I said, I love you, and it's okay, and I know that you're hurting, and it might take a long time for you to heal, and neither of us know how long it's going to take for you to get better and you to feel better, but I'm here for you for all of that, all of it, and every step of the way. And if it hurts more on some days than others, then that's just what we do on that day. And that you are such an integral part of this whole system, the body, the family, the life, that you belong, that your hurt and your pain also belongs and serves a purpose, and you serve a purpose. And that, yeah, you are so loved, and it is going to be okay. We've gotten through harder things than this, and also, in that sense of the body, there's been other parts of this body that have hurt a lot, that have been really badly injured and have come back better than ever. And maybe that's you too. And if you have a different story as well, if things get worse before they get better or they never get better, we just read that story aloud. and we just know that whatever we're doing is enough. So that was kind of, just tilted my phone a little bit while I was channeling that, but yeah, that's kind of the conversation that I had with my body. And I can tell you, my wrist is still hurting. I was able to do some body work with that, with, you know, actually my shoulder, my forearm, and then, you know, like my pelvis and my womb space, and the aspects of that pain that were connected. And I can also see that, you know, for example, I'm holding my phone with my left wrist, which was probably not something that it wanted to do, but it can hold a cup of tea still. That works too. Yeah, so thank you for taking 10 minutes with me while I spoke about that. I'm still understanding and sharing, like, what this whole thing is that I do, and I'm kind of excited to share that with the world, even if it's just in little conversations like this. Yeah, because I really think that there's something more to all of this pain stuff, and stepping into that as part of my story and my evolution, and how pain has allowed me to dive into, you know, so much wisdom and practice, and you know, my ancestry, and my sadhana, my spirit work, and just my path, and where I'm going with my art. Even, like, it's all like, this is just the scale and beauty of you know, the insights that I'm receiving at the moment are like really beautiful and powerful, and so I'm very grateful to all of you for joining me. I may end up a beautiful healer that I work with as well. I know that she has a live, which is a death cafe. So, you know, I may at one point do like a pain cafe. If people want to drop in and have questions. And again, none of this comes from, I'm not a clinician. I'm, you know, grotesquely underqualified to tell anybody what to do with their life. And truthfully, even if I got those qualifications, I still wouldn't be qualified, because that's all you, honey. But for the parts of us that hurt, I'm there. And I love you, and it's okay to hurt. And yeah, well, it's all here. We all out here. And yeah, I'll wrap this up and wish you all a beautiful Sunday, because it is a beautiful Sunday. And yeah, you know, my inbox is always open as well. If any of this speaks to you. And yeah, guess that's about it. Love you all dearly. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you very soon.